What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Umbra Lupus here, and in this video, due to a couple of requests that I've been getting, I figured that I would go ahead and make this video, and it's going to be a guide essentially on how to make local recordings or your videos, the quality as good as you can, essentially. And I'm going to cover all the settings that you need in local recordings, the preferences that I have, and I'm going to do my best to kind of enlighten you as to what the settings essentially what they mean. So as you can see, the software or the program that I'm using to do all of my live streaming and local recording is OBS or Open Broadcast Software. I will be doing future tutorials based on how many requests I get on other softwares. Um, and I'll go ahead because I've used a couple of them, but like I said, just in this video, I'll be going over OBS. So if you haven't already downloaded it, all you have to do is go to whatever web browser that you use, go to Google and type in OBS or Open Broadcast Software, download the program, which it'll cover both 64-bit and 32-bit, so you don't have to worry about looking up what bit you have to install. And open that, and then open it, and all that cool stuff. And then you get this. Sorry for the whole mirror effect going on here. Actually, don't know how to fix that. But anywho, so what you're gonna see, I'm gonna go over just the kind of layout first of all. You're going to see all these little tabs up here: file, settings, profile, scene selection, and then help. You're also going to see these two things that are very important to keep in mind called scenes and sources. I'd like to go ahead and let you guys know that the preferred way, or how I would like to do it, is I've got two scenes going on, which is you can see the streaming, which I'll go ahead and display for a sec. Oh, that's right. I deleted all that because I have quite a bit of updates that are going on for the layout of my stream. It's going to look a lot better instead of all that clusterfuck going on. So anyway, and then the other one I've got recording, and then the monitor capture is actually not going to be on here for long, but this is just a tutorial video of what it is that you guys need to do in order to, like I said, make the video quality as good as possible. So, and then you've got your sources here. You can do anything that you like. You've got a lot of options on here. So if you want to add something, you right click, click on add. You can do window capture if you're doing a game or an internet browser or something like that. You can record that. Monitor capture is what you're seeing now. Image, you can take any image that you got on your computer and you can place it on your display. Image slideshow, which essentially, think about it like PowerPoint. It can go through different images within however much time you want to go in between pictures. How many pictures you can put on there, different kinds of transitions, and etc. Text, you can put like how you guys have seen in the past. I have little banners that are up here that can scroll. You can put different fonts, and on top of that, you can download fonts, which I recommend you going to dufonts.com, which has an entire array of different categories of fonts. It's got a pretty good variety of what you can do with that. Uh, and then what else? CLR browser. Now, CLR browser is a little thing that I have that allows me. That's the follower alerts. I can put a link in the comments of this video if you guys want that, if you're watching this. Like I said, it's just my follower alerts. I need to put up with a couple things for donation and subscriber. Obviously, I won't get that anytime soon, and all that kind of stuff. Video capture device is essentially what webcam you're using. Uh, and then game capture is what game that you're using. Now, going back to the window capture, only use window capture if you're playing a game on a browser like RuneScape or I don't know, any kind of browser game that you're playing, Realm of the Mad God, something like that. Um, which I don't play either games, but those are the ones that came up on the top of my head. So those are the sources that you want to use, and make sure that you use those appropriately. Try not to make a clutter out of your display like I did. Don't learn from my example. Actually, the next stream tomorrow, it's gonna look a lot better. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Anywho, now onto the settings. So sorry about taking so long to do that. So you're gonna want to go ahead and go to settings. And then what you're going to want to do, this is all of the tabs that you'll see when you open the settings bar. Make sure that obviously you use the language that you prefer. Now, the setting profile, from what I know, you can have two settings, or you can add as many as you want. I'm just being a derp right now. I have two settings, one of them being for live streaming, and then another one being for local recording. And obviously right now I'm in the local recording. Um, all of these check bars, the notification area icon, minimize the notification area, enable cursor over projector, and the show log window on OBS launch. Don't even worry about these. Don't have these checked. Make sure that they're unchecked. I don't even know what these do, but I'm sure that it just makes your display even more cluttered up, or it makes the interface of the program more clustered. Um, but other than that, and then encoding, I have the encoder set checked on X264. I have the use CBR unchecked. Um, Quality balance I have set to 10, which I believe, let's see. The setting will attempt to target a certain quality depending on your bitrate and buffer size. Settings to this high value with a low bitrate will sacrifice the quality of high motion scenes in favor of non-moving scenes, causing inconsistent quality. So that essentially means, let me try to skim through this again. So essentially, if you have a high quality and a low bit rate, it's going to make your stream or your recordings really laggy. Um, and then the maximum bit rate I have set to 30,000. Now, 30,000 bit rate is essentially for local recordings. That's roughly around 1080p that you're shooting for. If you're able to do that, great. If you're not, actually no, that shouldn't matter because of the fact what this does. The higher the bit rate, the like I said, the higher the quality of the video is going to be, and also that's going to what I have now. This file size is going to be massive. The higher the because the higher the bit rate, the more uh information that your video is collecting, and the um and it's going to eat up more memory in your hard drive or whatever you're capturing. Um, Codec I have set to ACC. Format I have set to 48 uh, kilohertz. I think that's what it is. I have bitrate set to 128, and I have my channel set to stereo. No, don't mess with these. Broadcast settings. Now, what you're gonna want to do, there is two different settings that you're gonna have. Your mode is live stream, and your other mode is file output only. When you're doing local recordings, you want to always have this in file output only, because if you have it on live stream, it's going to dramatically affect your quality. It'll set back to I'll go back to encoding, the bitrate to 3500. Now, 3500 for your bitrate is going to be at the highest of 3500 because of the fact that that's how Twitch Twitch will downgrade your bitrate so that it doesn't cause so much stress on the OBS and on the Twitch hosting. So, but how I have it set up is I have it set to 3250 for 700 or for 720p because I don't I found out I got some input from people that most people much prefer 720 because of the fact that it makes the stream more smooth, and that's what I'll be doing from now on. Um, so back to broadcast settings. Like I said, you're gonna want file output only. Make sure that you choose a file path in which you can access easily. I prefer something. I have it set to users, so like if I go to user and I go to my videos, it'll be in there. Which I don't have an issue with. But if you want to go ahead and put it in a file where you can access easily, make it easier for you. Um, Replay buffer length, I have 1 second listed on here. Let's see. OBS will buffer at least this many seconds and write them in a file when the save replay buffer hotkey is pressed, or continue recording this. Oh, okay. So essentially, if you want to buffer your videos, you can worry about this. If not, you don't need to, which I don't because I don't have that setting enabled on here. Um, I don't think. Oh, I can change this, but I don't intend on doing it. It's the estimated replay buffer memory usage, which is 40. Mine displays is 40 of 4095. And then the replay buffer path, I don't worry about that because I don't buffer my stuff. Now video. This is essentially going to be how your display works. Um, the video adapter is essentially your graphics card. Mine is not really that great. It's an NVIDIA GeForce GT 545. If you have multiple ones, like I have two of them in here, you're gonna want to choose to have your stream and your recordings based off of the better graphics card that you have. And because of the fact that I have two of the same, it doesn't really matter. Um, Base resolution, it's automatically going to scale to the resolution of your monitor, so you don't have to worry about customizing the different resolutions, unless if you want to go ahead and tweak a little bit. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But if you want to have a little fun and go nuts with it, be my guest. Resolution downscale, I have it to none, so that's why it'll automatically set my stuff to 1600 by 900. My FPS is 30. I could increase this to 60 for local recordings, and you can if you want to, but just know that's going to do a lot more work, and it's going to be pushing your graphics card a lot. So if you don't have a good graphics card like me, you want to set it at just at 30 FPS. Disable arrow, which is disabling arrow is strongly recommended for using monitor capture. So if you're doing monitor capture, you don't want it enabled. If you aren't, then you can go ahead and enable it. I'm actually not sure what that does. Um, so going down to audio, no, don't save. Every time, by the way, I have to strongly just advise you all that if you are doing any kind of changes to your settings, always, always, always save your settings, because of the fact that you could do a lot of setting changes and it's like, oh, okay, it's gonna do nice, and you don't save it, you're gonna have to do it all over again. So every time it asks you to do it, unless if you don't make any changes, then from just clicking on stuff, then you don't have to. But other than that, just please, 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 please go ahead and just save every time you make updates. So now down to audio tab, the desktop audio device. If you're using your speakers, you're gonna want to use your speakers that you have. Headset, you're gonna want to choose the headset. Now, when it comes to default, I don't know if you don't know, like if you're having issues with your default, you want to make sure you're gonna have to go deeper into your settings here, and you're gonna have to go to your Windows thing. You're gonna have to click on the Windows button. You're gonna have to type in Audio Manager. You're gonna want to do here, Manage Audio. You're gonna want to go into Manage Audio Devices, and it's gonna pull up this playback. Whatever you want to have as the default uh, audio audio playback device, whatever it is that you're using and you want to use as your default, you're gonna have to click on it, set as default, or you could double click it to automatically set it. Or no, double clicking will just open the menu. This is for Windows 7, by the way. Then you're gonna want to make sure that you use as default, and then if you click on the default setting, in here, that's what it'll run. And then the microphone audio, you're gonna want to do the microphones that you have. Force microphone auxiliary to mono. Um, I have this checked for some reason. I don't know if that's a good thing to do. I would think stereo, but I'm not exactly sure. Show only connected devices. You want to have that checked so that you don't have you're not getting up any audio devices that you're not familiar with. Push to talk delay. You don't need to worry about unless if you set it in your hotkeys to do a push to talk, which is essentially you set a keybind onto your on your hotkeys. You push that button, it's gonna trigger something. In this case, the push to talk, you push the button and it'll trigger your microphone to be active. This doesn't matter for me because of the fact I just have it open all the time. I don't even have it on voice activation. I just have it set to whatever. To always on. Desktop boost. Essentially, the desktop boost means that however much you want to boost the audio. I'd set it to 1, and I can show you guys. You've got this. Move this out of the way. You've got your audio and your microphone volume settings here, so you don't have to worry about that unless if for some reason your audio is really jacked. But if you're gonna increase the boost, be very careful because it can dramatically cause some. It can cause some really bad like white noise, and you'll get a lot of feedback, and that'll make your audio quality really jacked, and you'll obviously get much unwanted noise. The mic and audio boost is for if you're boosting your microphone, which I recommend you keep at 1. Mic sync offset, which I think if you use voice activation or push to talk, it's going to have a millisecond delay, which I have it set to 0. Okay, so now going down to hotkeys. This is this right here. The use push to talk. If you want to, go ahead and do it. You're obviously going to have to set yourself a hotkey to do it. For TeamSpeak, for me, I use Control, but you can use, and I only use it for TeamSpeak, but whatever it is that you want to have it set on here, you can go ahead and do so. Apologize, I'm playing a game on my phone called Fallout Settler, which if you don't have on your phone, I believe it's for both Android and iPhone. So, and I strongly recommend that you do that if you want to have fun. But apologies, regardless. Push to talk 1. You obviously, I think you looks like you have a push to talk 2, which I don't think makes sense. Mute and unmute mic. Mute and unmute mic. If you want to go ahead and mute your mic, you can set a hotkey, which I don't have to do because I have the chromas, Razer Kraken chromas, which have a little thing where you can mute. You can push a button on the microphone, and it will mute your audio. Nonetheless, also now you've got your broadcast hotkeys. These are the keys that are for your OBS software in general. So if you want to do start recording, you have a set key for that. Stop recording, you have a set key for that. Start stream, stop stream for those as well. You could set hotkeys. The start and stop replay buffer, the save and record from replay buffer, all those nifty little things you can have set up on there. So yeah, like I said, set it to any key that you feel comfortable with, and it will do it automatically. Advanced. Now this is a little more technical of like settings that you're gonna want to have. So for general, I have used multi-thread optimizations checked. I'm honestly not sure what that does, but I'm sure it's useful. These are settings, by the way, that I've learned from other tutorials to keep it tacked. So if I don't know it, it was obviously recommended from the person that I got it from, who I believe it had his shit together. If it has any issues with yours, however, I do apologize. Normal processing quality, I have normal. You don't want to set it to above normal or high. Let's see. The scene buffering time, milliseconds. I don't need to worry about this because I don't buffer the stuff that I record or stream. Disable encoding while previewing, I have that unchecked. Allow other modifiers on hotkeys, I have that checked. I don't think I do need that checked though. I'm not sure. It's checked for a reason, so it's the now when you were going into the encoding, uh you have your encoder times 264 checked. In your advanced, the CPU preset is going to affect that. And it's got a banner here. Setting this value higher reduces CPU usage by sacrificing certain aspects of quality. On the other hand, setting this value lower increases the quality of the cost of more CPU. Recommended for me is very fast, which I have it set on. Essentially, what this means is that let me skim through it again. It means, okay, so essentially your CPU, the higher CPU you have, the more you're able to, the higher preset that you're going to be able to use. So if you have, like, the higher it is, the higher quality that you're going to get. So if you're able to set it very fast, that's cool. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you the recommended at the bottom of the banner. So I have that set to very fast. Your encoding profile, I have it set to high for recording. If you're streaming, you're going to want to have it set to main. Use CFR, you don't need to have the custom encoder settings unless if you know your the settings that you want on there. Encoder for rage, I have unchecked. Allows 61 to 120 FPS entirely in video settings, I have unchecked. Audio, I have unchecked. Global audio sync offset milliseconds, I have to 0. Use mic QPC timestamps, I have unchecked. Which, just from looking at timestamps, I think it's something in the software where it allows you, like, it allows the program to time whenever you cue your microphone or something along the lines of that. Network, I automatically low latency mode. I have that unchecked. Bind to interface, I have the default. Latency tuning factor, I have the 20. Disable TCP setting, send Windows optimization, I have unchecked. So you're gonna want to go ahead and leave that one alone. Quick sync encoder. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. This you don't need to worry about. I'm not even able to click on the use custom parameters, so again, do not have to worry about that. Now browser, I don't worry about this either. Microphone noise gate. This is essentially to test the audio quality and the volume of your microphone that you're using. So if you want to increase or decrease the threshold, the closed threshold and open threshold, you can go ahead and do that. The open noise enable noise gate. Sorry, it's like 4:30 in the morning for me, and I'm really tired. Attack time in milliseconds. I don't know what this is even for. Hold time. Attack time I have 25. Hold time I have 200. Release time I have 150, and that's all in increments of milliseconds. Scene switcher, I don't have anything in here because of the fact that you can use your scenes and your sources in, like, on the home screen of OBS. And so yeah, that pretty much covers the tutorial of how to improve your video local recordings on OBS. If you guys, after watching this, if you still have any questions, please go ahead and comment on this video. This video will also be uploaded on my YouTube channel, which I will link in the description of this video. Comment on there. Also, if you have any questions, you can tweet me at umberlupus, and I will get to all of the questions that you guys have, if there is any, ASAP. So again, hopefully this helped you guys with how to do this, and I appreciate you tuning in. And as always, take it easy, guys. Take care.